Hey guys, it's Tina. I know it's that time of year. It's time to make your New Year's resolutions, and we're 11 days into the new year, and let's just see, how'd you do? If you did great and you're still sticking with your resolutions, let me be the first one to congratulate you. But if you didn't, let me give you a clue. I want to talk to you a little bit about goals versus resolutions. What I have found is a resolution is usually something you want to stop doing. It's one of those things that you want to reverse something that you have going on in your life now that you want to stop, be it smoking, drinking, cussing, eating poorly, whatever it is in your life that you've got going on, usually negative, is what we make a resolution to stop, that this is going to be the year we stop doing that. What if instead of making a New Year's resolution this year, you decide to make some New Year's goals? And what I started doing, and especially this year, is I started making my New Year's goals. And what I'm finding is I tend to achieve them more when I set a goal than I do a resolution. Because when you focus on a resolution, you're thinking about what you don't want. And so you're constantly reiterating in your mind something you don't want to happen, yet you're still thinking about what you don't want. And so you're just focused on the negative side of it. What if instead of that, you focus on something you do want? So let's say your New Year's resolution is typically to quit smoking, okay? Instead of saying, I want to stop smoking, what if you were to say, I want to enjoy the money that I would normally spend on cigarettes for a date or for a new pair of shoes every month? I don't smoke, so I don't know how much it costs anymore, but I know it keeps getting more and more expensive. So, you know, use it for something positive. You have to relate it to something positive for you. A lot of you know that I'm a Turbo Kick instructor, and this year I started a 30-day challenge with Chalene Johnson. And I'm not one of those people who says, ooh, Chalene Johnson, oh, she's so fantastic. Mwah, Chalene, I love you. All right, I am. We just keep it between you and I, okay? I love Chalene, not just because she created Turbo Jam, but I'm not a groupie, but what I am is I respect her very much for the way that she is in her life. She's very organized, but yet she's still fun, and she's still down to earth, and she gets it. And so when I saw that she was offering up a 30-day challenge to get more organized, and what it's really about is setting your priorities in life, setting your goals to keep those priorities and still achieving both and finding balance in your life. And as a mom and a wife and an entrepreneur business owner, she gets it. She understands how busy women are, especially. So when she offered that up, I was all over it. And she had us set some very lofty goals. And I'm good at setting lofty goals. I'm really good at dreaming big. So when she said set some lofty goals, I set some lofty goals. Things like publish a book before the end of the year and become a millionaire before the end of next year. I'm really good at dreaming big because I don't immediately focus on what's impossible. And I've talked to a lot of people in the last week or two about goal setting and find that most people tend to think about, well, that's impossible. They shut down dreaming big because they think that's impossible. Okay, here's your first clue when it comes to setting a goal. Quit thinking about what's impossible. It's not about what's impossible. Because let's say I don't achieve my goal of becoming a millionaire by the end of next year, but I take steps, even small steps, every single day. And let's say I only succeed by 10% and become a 100,000-aire. Is that so bad? Really? I've talked to a couple of people who would like to lose 100 pounds before the end of next year. Okay, but they look at it as so impossible that they're shooting themselves down before they even start. If you only lose 50 pounds, say, before the end of next year, is that so bad? You're well on your way to that 100 pounds you need to lose to be healthy, but we see ourselves as a failure or see it as too big. And so we talk ourselves out of it. Quit talking yourself out of it. Tell that voice to shut up because you don't need that kind of talk. You don't need that negativity. That's what we're getting rid of this year. So, for those of you who are watching this, I want you to sit down right now. Don't think about anything and write down the first 3 goals that come to your mind. And don't cross them out and don't think about what's impossible or not possible. We're not talking possible or impossible here. Kids don't think about it. Why should we? So, what 3 things did you just write down? Now what I want you to do is take 3 steps every day towards achieving those goals this year. You may not hit them, and that's okay. If you don't hit them, that's okay. What you need to think about is, are you taking steps to get there? Are you growing every day? So if your goal is to lose 100 pounds, quit looking at it as, sure, you may have your big goal of losing 100 pounds. That's wonderful. But quit overwhelming yourself with every single day thinking, oh, I have to lose 100 pounds. I'm never going to lose 100 pounds. That's so many. How am I ever going to get there? If I would have thought that way, I would have never lost 100 pounds. But I broke it down into baby steps for myself. I broke it down into little tiny increments for every single day. So my goal was get up today and work out. This meal, I'm going to eat right. By doing that, I've lost 11 pounds or 10 pounds in the last 11 days. That's pretty good for me. When I usually only lose 1 pound, 2 pounds, maybe 3 pounds a month if I'm lucky. But you can lose that kind of weight when you're focused on the positive, when your mind is constantly thinking about achieving your goal, about the little steps you're taking to make yourself successful every single day. So if your goal is to quit smoking, think, I'm going to make it through the next 10 minutes just taking deep breaths. If that's what you have to do, that's what you do. You think about the positive things. I can't wait to spend the money from this pack of cigarettes for, and whatever it is that you really want besides a cigarette. If you want a new pair of shoes or you want to go buy a really nice watch, think about the money going to that. And keep it small. Keep it small increments. You know, my big thing is not to lose 10 pounds in a week. My big thing was to lose 2 pounds in a week. And then 2 pounds the next week and 2 pounds the next week. That's 8 pounds in a month. That's a pretty good track record. And if you can lose 2 pounds in a month, you multiply that times, 2 pounds a week for 12 months. You multiply that, that's over 100 pounds. 2 pounds may not sound like a lot, but when you add up all those little steps, that's what creates your success. It's not the big, huge step you take of making that big goal. It's those little incremental, consistent steps you take every single day that achieves your goal. And that gets you to that impossible dream. So I may not make $1 million by the end of next year, but I'll tell you what, making $100 more a week for a long term is going to get me to $1 million a year eventually. It's not impossible. It's just how you view it. And it's just in how incremental steps you want to take and how consistent you want to be in your goals. So don't give up on yourself. Nothing's impossible. And I hope to see you here soon. We're going to make some changes to the blog and the website and on our Facebook. If you haven't added me on Facebook, click the badge down below and like me so you can get all the updates and all of the information that we're going to be putting up here. We're going to be doing more videos. We're going to have cooking in the kitchen. We're going to have a lot more fun stuff going on. So be sure to like me. Be sure to send the information on to anyone you think it might be able to help. And hopefully we see you here soon again. Bye.